On the night of May 24th, 1856, an abolitionist took 4 of his sons to a creek in Kansas and hacked 5 men to death with broadswords. He believed God had told him to do it. The abolitionist was John Brown. The week before, pro-slavery forces had burned down the town of Lawrence. Then a South Carolina congressman had beaten an abolitionist nearly to death on the Senate floor. Brown decided that someone had to answer back. He picked 4 of his sons, hid in a ravine for the day, and then came out after dark. They went to 3 cabins along Pottawatomie Creek. At each one, they dragged out men they identified as pro-slavery and then killed them with swords. In one instance, they dragged out a man and his 2 sons and hacked them apart while his wife listened. None of the 5 men killed owned slaves. They were poor white settlers whose only confirmed crime was their politics. So why did Brown do it? He was a devout Calvinist who believed that slavery was a sin so total that God demanded blood for it. He used to quote Hebrews, "Without the shedding of blood, there is no remission for sin." So he wasn't insane. He genuinely believed that he was doing God's work. Even the anti-slavery side was horrified though. Frederick Douglass called it a terrible remedy for a terrible malady. Most Northerners tried to distance themselves from the massacre, but it didn't matter because Brown had cracked the floor open. The next 3 months saw 29 more people killed in Kansas. Brown spent the next 3 years planning his sequel, a raid on Harper's Ferry that would convince the South that the North wanted them dead. The Civil War would start soon after. But in the moment, none of that felt like the start of war. For 70 years, every crisis like this had ended up in a compromise. People waited for the next patch. What almost no one understood yet was the week of Lawrence, the Caning, and Pottawatomie broke the things that made these patches possible. The war was still 5 years away, but the off-ramp was already gone.